A few years ago, I was really into Pokemon games. I still am. I had raised a decent enough time on my Pokemon Diamond game, but was quickly becoming bored of it. I was stoked to hear about a local club of eager fans such as myself to battle it out to see who was the very best, and naturally, I persisted on asking my mother and father to go, and they said yes. The place itself was just at a small primary school in one of the classes. I looked around, and there was only about 3 other people, excluding myself. One of the people, a girl, stood out from all the rest. Me being me, I approached her and said, "Hello." The girl, for identity purposes, we'll call her Jane, had a white Nintendo DS clutched in her hands, the same color as mine. "Battle?" she asked, and I accepted. And she beat me, 5-1. We continued to sit in the corner and battle until her older brother came to pick her up. "Will I see you next week?" I asked. She nodded with a small smile. The next week came, and I saw Jane. However, her short brown hair was now shaved off, and she was completely bald. She looked awfully sick. Trying not to be rude, I ignored it and approached her. Her dull face turned into a smile when she saw mine, and we battled. Her older brother came to pick her up again, and I said my goodbyes. That evening, I heard my mom and dad yelling, and my dad came into my room in a fit of rage, slamming the door, taking a deep breath. "Ian, your mother and I don't love each other anymore. Your mother's moving back home, and I want you to go with her, so at least she can have some company. You understand, right?" he asked. And I nodded. We left the following Saturday morning. I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to Jane. We started our new life there. I forgot entirely about Jane, and a few years later, I moved back to Australia with my fiancé. We moved into a nice house near my old one, and even started our own family. It wasn't until I went to the attic to grab a box that I found my old Pokemon Diamond game, safely tucked into the blue pouch I always kept it in. Memories of the previous years came rushing back, and I remembered everything. The classroom, Jane, our battles, her address, everything. And I rushed out of the house, game clenched in my hand, and I found her house, knocked on the door, and to my relief, Jane's older brother answered. "Ian? Is that you?" he asked. Yeah, it's me," I said. "Jane, is Jane okay?" And he swallowed and sighed. "Jane, passed away several months after you stopped going to the club, Ian," he said. I felt tears in my eyes as I looked down. "I'm sorry," I said. "She left something for you, though. It was really persistent that you and only you received it. Wouldn't be... Well, just give me a minute," he said, entering the house and then coming back out, handing me a small package. "Here, take it." I took it and opened it. And inside was a black Nintendo DS with the game Pokemon Pearl inside. It was Jane's, and there was a note attached. "Dear Ian, I know this will never get to you, but so... just want to say that whenever you come back to the club, my world felt like maybe... just maybe I have something to live for. I love you, Ian. Always will. Love, Jane." I clenched the package tight, tears rolling down my face. I thanked him and returned home, but when I did, my fiancé asked what was up, and I told her. I told her everything that I remembered. She sighed and hugged me, wiped the tears from my eyes, cuddled with me on the couch. I know now why Jane was bald that day. She was diagnosed with cancer. I laid myself against her chest and I fell asleep, a single tear trickling from my eye.